He opened the bedroom door and ran toward the TV room. And the moment he opened that door, he froze. Right in front of him, the tires of the black car were moving on their own. Creak, creak, creak. The steering wheel turned left and right by itself, as if someone invisible was playing with it from inside the car. Thank you for clicking on this video. Tonight I'm back with another terrifying horror story sent by one of our subscribers, a man named Doni. When we hear the words used car, most of us usually think about the price, the engine condition, or whether the documents are complete and legal. Especially for showroom owners. They usually know exactly which cars are worth buying and which ones should be avoided. But what if there was a car that looked completely perfect? The engine was smooth. The papers were complete. The price was cheap. Yet ever since that car entered the showroom, the atmosphere inside slowly began to change. At first, the incidents were small, things that could still be explained logically. But day after day, the disturbances became stranger, harder to explain, until eventually they realized maybe the problem wasn't the car itself. Maybe something else had come along with it. This story happened to Doni, his father Pak Ali, and a night guard named Hasan. Pak Ali owned a small used car showroom in one of the cities in Indonesia. The building itself was simple and narrow, stretching toward the back. At the front was a terrace that could fit 3 or 4 cars. Inside, there was another parking area for 4 more vehicles. And at the very back of the showroom was a small TV room connected to a kitchen, bathroom, and a tiny bedroom. And right in front of that TV room, that black car was parked there. One day, Pa Ali's regular broker arrived with an offer. Pak, I've got a family car for sale, cheap price, below market value, complete documents, still in excellent condition. Pak, Ali, and Doni inspected the car immediately. And honestly, the car really was in great shape. The engine sounded healthy. The interior was clean. The body was almost flawless. There was barely anything that needed repairing. Feeling like it was a good deal, Pa Ali decided to buy it and place it in the showroom. After being cleaned and polished, the black car was parked in the very back row, directly facing the TV room. At first, everything was completely normal, until a few days later. One morning, Doni was cleaning the showroom alone. He had already cleaned 6 cars, leaving only the black car untouched. And just as he was about to approach it, click. The driver's side door suddenly opened by itself. Doni immediately stopped walking. There was no wind, no one around. And what terrified him most was the sound. It didn't sound like a loose door being pushed open by air. It sounded exactly like someone inside the car had opened it. But when Doni checked the inside, no one was there. He tried to stay calm, thinking maybe the door hadn't been shut properly, but deep inside, something already felt wrong. The next morning, things became even stranger. As Doni entered the showroom, he saw the silhouette of someone sitting in the passenger seat of the black car. The figure was very clear, like someone silently sitting there, staring forward. Thinking it might be an intruder, Doni grabbed a tire iron and slowly approached the car. But the moment he got close enough to look through the window, the figure vanished, just disappeared. Even though seconds earlier, he was certain someone had been sitting there. After that, the disturbances became more frequent. The horn suddenly honked by itself. The engine sounded like it was starting on its own at night. The dashboard lights turned on without explanation. every mechanic who inspected the car said the exact same thing. There's nothing wrong with it. No electrical issues, no short circuits, nothing. Eventually, Pak Ali decided to disconnect the battery every night so the horn would stop sounding by itself. And yes, after removing the battery, the car became silent. But that was when the real terror truly began. One afternoon, Doni was relaxing in the TV room, scrolling through his phone. Suddenly, creak! He heard the sound of tires scraping against the ceramic floor. At first, he ignored it, but seconds later, screech! This time the sound was much louder. Doni rushed outside, and the moment his eyes landed on the black car, his blood turned cold. The tires were moving by themselves. Left, right, left again. As if someone inside was violently turning the steering wheel. Even worse, the whole car was shaking slightly. Doni immediately ran outside the showroom while reciting prayers under his breath. That evening, when Pak Ali arrived, they discovered something horrifying. There were fresh tire marks all over the showroom floor. All the windows of the black car were rolled down. The front wheels were turned sharply to one side. That was when Doni finally confessed everything he had experienced. And to his shock, Pak Ali admitted that he had experienced something too. A few days earlier, Pak Ali had heard the sound of someone trying to start the black car's engine, but the key was still inside his drawer. Thinking someone was trying to steal the vehicle, he ran toward the car. No one was there. So Pak Ali entered the car himself and started the engine to check it. The car started normally, but just as he was about to step out, bam! Something violently pulled the collar of his shirt from behind. Pak Ali was thrown backward into the seat. Yet inside the car, there was nobody there. That night, they finally asked Hasan, the night guard, if he had experienced anything unusual. His answer made their fear even worse. "Oh, I've experienced plenty of weird things, Pak." According to Hasan, the horn honking by itself had become normal. Sometimes the engine sounded like it started on its own. Sometimes the dashboard lights turned on in the middle of the night. But Hasan chose to ignore everything because he believed acknowledging it would only make things worse. Months passed. Oddly enough, even though the black car was the best-looking vehicle in the showroom, nobody ever seriously wanted to buy it. Until 6 months later. Finally, someone decided to purchase the car through financing. And that was when the worst part of the nightmare began. While a leasing officer was inspecting the car, he suddenly pointed toward one of the tires. Whose shoe is that?" Doni looked down. Stuck between the tire and the wheel well was a woman's yellow sneaker. Only one shoe? Yet no female customer had visited the showroom that entire day. Feeling uneasy, Doni immediately threw the shoe away. But while checking underneath the car, he discovered dark reddish stains dried along the lower frame. The texture looked thick, not rust, more like dried blood. That same night, Hasan was once again guarding the showroom alone. Around 2 a.m, he suddenly heard the faint scream of a woman. "It hurts." Hasan immediately woke up, but when he checked outside, the showroom was empty. Moments later, the temperature inside the room suddenly dropped. The air became freezing cold, and then, creak! The sound of tires scraping against the floor echoed again. Hasan slowly opened the TV room door, and there it was. The black car was moving by itself. The steering wheel twisted violently left and right. The tires shifted across the floor. The entire car shook as if someone invisible was inside it. Hasan backed away while whispering prayers. Then suddenly, something started pounding on the hood of the car. Hasan turned around, and that was when he saw her. A woman standing on top of the black car. She wore a red dress. Her eyes glowed bright red. Her fingernails were long and black. And on one foot, she wore a single yellow sneaker, the same shoe they had found earlier. The woman stomped violently on the hood while staring directly at Hasan with pure hatred. At the same time, the smell of burned flesh filled the entire showroom. And that night, for the very first time, Hasan truly lost all courage.